Most rewarding aspect has definitely been working with students and actually getting to see their progress, like in real time, actually teaching them something and then seeing that they actually learned it has been, it sounds simple, but really, really rewarding. Being in schools and working with students has definitely been the making it all worth my while and really validating my choice in my profession.
My favorite thing about the program was trying new things like individualized supports for children and then watching sort of the light bulb go off when something really works, and knowing that the child is enjoying it and they're learning something.
I think one of the biggest ways that I grew was just the concept of inclusion, which is one of the biggest, it's been one of the biggest principles of our program, that every student, regardless of intellectual ability or physical ability, has the right to access general education curriculum, has a right to be with their peers, and has a right to be able to advocate for what they want and get meaningful employment after high school. And obviously coming into that program, I knew that that was true and something that I wanted to hold as a teacher, but it was through the experiences with professors and the mindset that they set for you, along with the experiences in the school site, that really made me feel that that was both the right thing to do and completely possible given the tools that STEP has been able to provide for me.
I see great models in our profs and in my classmates, and I see what they deal with every day. In my practicum, I see just how teachers are tackling hard situations, whether it's like frustrations in the school system or working with a family that might not be as cooperative, or like a wide range of student needs, and just being able to do that. I see that happen every day, I guess, in my program. So I feel pretty equipped, at least, to not be afraid.
I think the program has definitely challenged me to be fearless in trying to find solutions for students. In my practicum experience, I had one student in particular that it was really hard for me to get him to engage in math. And he always had his head down on the desk and he didn't want to participate with the other students. And the fact that kind of the environment in the room and the group was always changing as well, which is part of special education. It was really hard for me to kind of get him to trust me, I guess. And it didn't take that long, but it was neat to see by the end of my practicum experience and time teaching that instructional group, he was having so much fun, and we would go on scavenger hunts for finding different shapes within the building for geometry, or we'd go outside and do math with like chalk or different things like that to try and find things that were just a little bit more fun than sitting there with your worksheet. And he loved all of that. And he was having fun and he was participating and blurting things out like, hey, call on me, I have the answer. And so for me, I think the program has challenged me to be fearless, to definitely push myself to make sure a student is having fun.
Teaching is a challenging profession, and it, I think, will challenge me throughout my career, but it did as well during the program, while I was in the program. So in every way possible, I think I was challenged and I grew. So I have to look ahead and plan well for students. I have to think about, their backgrounds. I have to think about what's relevant to teach them in terms of standards and what makes sense for their developmental age. And then just how to make sure everything's running smoothly in the classroom, keeping them engaged, making lessons interesting. All of those things are ways in which I've grown, I think, and will continue to grow.
The professors have been really supportive and really have provided a lot of different opportunities in addition to encouragement. Like they have, different conferences that they recommend you attend, and they also have one of the professors has a charter school he has students help out with. So just a lot of different opportunities to put into practice what they're talking about. So they have that. It's not only just the classes they give other opportunities to dig into the profession.
I have to say it's working with passionate people, I think, is really the greatest thing. This is, nobody, I think anyone who decides to be a teacher is performing an act of love. And I think there are people out there who do it mistakenly, but I've never met them. And I certainly haven't met them in my cohort. And the depth of compassion and the rigor in terms of study and teaching and the desire to do well by these children is amazing. And I don't think that I would be as passionate or as good at what I do, if I may toot my own horn, without them.
The IE2P program, I feel, has prepared me to be fearless out in the schools by giving us a solid background of really recent research-based teaching methods and things that we've seen proven to work really well with students, and that's something I draw on when I'm interacting with students at my student teaching site.
I think we are a bunch of special and very powerful group of educators, and I think we're really needed out there. We are a change agent, and we think we will benefit not only students' lives, but parents and families and communities out there. So let's go out there and change the world.